Hey, what's going on? It's Saturday, March 6th. Rained last night, but wasn't heavy, so no flooding in the reservoir, so that's nice. So that's one less thing I've got to do. These look like they need a little bit of water, but the soil is moist. So these are actually finally taken off. Looks like I need to add a little more dirt in there and check out the root ball on the bottom and see how that's doing. These are, if they get a little bit bigger, they either need to go into buckets or I need to get the Rockwell grow bags. So that's the plan, is to go with the grow bags, but I've got a lot of work to do to get to that point, which is, you can see where all the PVC pipe is still sitting there from a few weeks ago. I need to toss some of these that are here. They've just been sitting there. Those aren't going to go anywhere. They're rotten, and I've already reseeded the different bean plants, so that's not a huge deal. If I remember right, those are the Brussels sprouts. Didn't do real well. They didn't really get far enough into the Oasis grow medium. The other things are doing okay. You can see the pepper plants, not too bad. And if I remember right, those are cherry tomatoes in the corner. The potato plants not doing too hot. I'm trying to look over here to see if I did potatoes as well, or did I just leave them? I don't remember doing potatoes. Anyway, so everything's doing okay. Looks like got a few late bloomers, or something's eating them back there. Looks like the Big Bertha's starting to poke out. They've been a little bit slow. Seem like the peppers are the slowest ones. As we can see, Big Bertha, yum yum. That's the sweet orange, yellow, and red peppers. Hot cherry peppers. Pepperoncinis are just poking through. Jalapenos, banana peppers, 5-color, everything cayenne. Everything's really slow. Some of the chard's poking through. Chinese long bean doing really well. So that's the I guess the star of that tray. Couple of the cucumbers, again, some of them don't root very well down in, and then some of them are doing fine. And those are cherry tomatoes again, because I didn't think those, actually there were cherry tomatoes here. I thought they were all gonna get killed off, only lost a couple, and then restarted a couple of different times. The Bobcat tomatoes, there's one poking through, so I don't know if it's a germination issue, because all of those down there, Bobcats, all come from the same set of tomatoes, but we'll see. Juliet grapes, they're trying. The bean plants, these monstrous bean plants, are doing real well, so I'm going to try to get these transplanted probably today. So we've got the rattlesnake, the dragon tongue, the tongues of fire, and the unknown. I went back and watched the videos. Those are snap peas, and you can tell by the little tendrils that are poking out there. Again, some things just aren't germinating, so that's good for the seedlings. And then I need to start some more seeds for the lettuce. I'm going to start on top and work our way around. So this is that strawberry plant that I actually dug up. You can see the dirt and all the roots, and it's starting to grow some new roots. You can see the white ones going down into the hydroponic solution, and there's 6 or 8 berries trying to do their thing. There's this little tiny plant that's not really even a plant. There's at least 3 or 4. So they're all doing really well. This is one of the ones that I rooted the runner in the pot and then put it in. versus some of these that I cut the runner. You gotta figure that's been in there twice as long as that one. Yeah, what do we got hanging out there? That bee, hornet. The cucumbers been a little runty, but they're barely even had the roots. The roots are kind of up towards the top. They didn't get down very far, so they've been kind of stunted. This one's not doing too bad, but this doesn't have a lot of root system going on there. So Chinese broccoli, look at that. Look at all those roots. That's pretty crazy, right? And then more strawberries. These strawberries are actually doing pretty well. That's pretty good roots going on there. So they should start hitting their growth spurt pretty soon. The cilantro just starting to do a little bit. This one, the root system isn't very good on that one. This one's doing pretty well. This one, the roots are just starting to grow. Let's not smash up this Swiss chard. The Swiss chard was standing up pretty well. It's a little wilty. I don't know if it's because of heat or what. I forgot which lettuce this is. I'll have to go back and look. But look at these little lettuce heads. They're starting to, the leaves are pretty firm. Starting to, tighten up in a little bit in there. Here's the bok choy. The baby bok choy is doing really well. It's about time to harvest that, and I don't have any replacements, so I need to get some replacements in. But here's the monstrous growth from last week to this week. This lettuce, I'd say, probably is growing an inch a day, give or take. Leaves are really healthy. The root system underneath is just crazy. I'll have to film one of those when I cut those. So today or tomorrow I'm going to cut a couple, make salad, obviously, and see what it tastes like and see how it's going. I mean, there's a couple that are a little runty down here, but they'll catch up. You don't have to eat them all at once. So these 2 or 3 down here, the little smaller, we'll let these do their thing. Radishes, they're not doing so hot for whatever reason. A little yellow. The weather's been a little bit odd, but just letting them do their thing. Like I said, there's 4 different kinds out here, so we'll let them see what's going on. The 2 bigger green onions were the green onions that were there, or 3 from last year. All the other ones are from the onion sets that I got, so most of that's onion sets. That's all onion sets, and that's all onion sets. So the tops are, there's still a little bit of brown, but everything's growing pretty well. Carrots are a little slow. There's one that's obviously a lot better off than the other ones, but part of it's been the weather. I'm trying to remember what's over here. So the rapini's doing real well. Nothing going on with the spinach. I might have to reseed it. And what was this? This was green onions. So they're starting. I started these from scratch before I bought the onion sets. These are all the runners that I either cut or transplanted in the dirt. Kind of running out of space. Green beans have been really, really slow. That's actually not even a green bean. So I either planted them too deep or the seeds were bad, because both buckets, no seeds. And it's been, tomorrow will be a month, so I'm probably gonna have to reseed those. The potato plants that have been there since last year, based on the rain and wind from a couple weeks ago, they died off, so I need to dig these up, see if there's anything hiding down there, and replant. I have some potatoes that are rooting. Don't know if they're any good or not. I'll find out today or tomorrow. So other than that, that's the updates for this week. Need to get a couple of these buckets rehabbed or totes and get those ready for all those beans I just showed you a little while ago. They need to get out here and get rooted. Look what was hiding in the cloth buckets. I mean, they're not very big, but there were a couple spuds hiding underneath the broken plants. Those are Yukon Golds, so they don't look very gold, and they're not very big, but they're definitely can be washed up and fried up. And these were a couple of the other potatoes that didn't yield anything. The plant actually wasn't dead, but because all the green had been broken off and didn't even really consume those potatoes, so I just yanked them out. Here's a bag of russets that are sprouted pretty well, so I'm just going to throw these in the dirt and see what happens. Just a few quick updates, not a lot different going on here. I shuffled a couple of the spots around. I tried to grab a few more strawberries, but they weren't ready. The roots on the runners weren't really deep enough. Lettuce doing its thing. Like I said, it's growing. Some of these are growing an inch a day. Swiss chard is perking up. Chinese broccoli is doing its thing. These couple cucumbers that I moved down here seem to be doing pretty good, so I've got to get those ready to go into a barrel, tote, or a bucket. Haven't decided yet. Maybe one of each. We will see. And hopefully doing something with the bok choy this week, so I've got to get some more seed started for both the lettuce and for the bok choy. I need a little bit of sorting and cleanup in here. You can see because I was hitting it with a little hydroponic. It's got a little algae, even though I changed those out. Didn't do anything with these. I basically pulled out all the beans between the different trays. I cut them out. That way I could squeeze the back of the soft trays, pop them out. Other than that, just waiting for some things to finish rooting. So the pea pods, I'm going to give them another week. The snap peas were about the same size, and they had roots at the bottom, but not as good as I would like. So we're going to give this another week and let that do its thing. I got half of the trellising up instead of trying to run strings. I bought the trellising last year, but had the strings up. So I don't remember where is what. So we've got the Chinese long beans over here. The dragon's tongue are the biggest and healthiest. I'm sorry, these are the tongues of fire. The dragon tongue are the next biggest one. The rattlesnake beans, they were in the middle. And there was this runt after some of the dirt fell off, so I'm hoping that's going to sprout. If not, I'll throw a bean or two in there and let it catch up. And these are snap peas. And then the pea pods will go here. Probably should have given them a little more space, but short on space. So once I get the other trellising up, so basically I plan, I've got a bunch of diva cucumbers, which I want to be the primary crop, and I got a couple of the green apple cucumbers, so we'll see where those will go. Maybe half and half here, all diva, and then 1 or 2 buckets in here, and then I'm going to get a tote or a bucket inside as well. So that's what these are going to be. These are all going to be cucumbers, basically this half. That leaves this tote, which was the watermelon last year, so I've got some watermelon sprouting. The corn's probably going to have to be replanted, and same with the Blue Lake green beans, so nothing's coming out. And I did all those, I think these were done on 2/7 as well, so it's been a month. So something should have popped out by now. So basically I've got 2 totes left that aren't spoken for. I replanted potatoes. I don't remember if I covered that or not. I've been kind of all over the place this weekend. So, oh yeah, I did show a little bit. So yeah, potatoes are hanging out down there. So I've got 2 extra totes, probably some pepper plants. We'll see what happens. Everything else is status quo. So that's it for this week. Gonna sew these videos together and push them up.